Hello. It's Thursday, the 21st of August, 2025. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is all about competing in multiple series within the road collection of Real Racing 3 Update 13.5. I believe I said 13.6 yesterday. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. And this is part 4 of that mini series. Right, let's get the game on screen. Let's get the audio on as well. There we go. Right. Okay. A few people in the chat. Massiage Gamer says hello. Hello back. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Also says today I ordered cycling socks and a 1080p bike camera online. There's somebody that likes biking, obviously. Well, very good. Very good indeed. Ozil enters the chat. Welcome along, says, hey, how are you doing, man? I'm doing very well. But today I was exploring Motorsports section and I saw around 25 to 30 cars I can buy for M dollars. Very good. I was about to sneeze then. They were around 1 to 2 million. You think it's worth buying 1 to 1 in a few weeks? Yeah, I mean, again, if you go down the path of trying to earn 250,000 M dollars a day, you know, you can probably do that within 45 minutes if you pick and choose your races. And, you add that up after a couple of weeks, you've got quite a few million. So it's definitely worthwhile doing. And as I said, gold is precious. You really do need to be careful with gold. M dollars, not so much. But again, there is a cap on it, so you just need to be a little bit careful. Our dollars, obviously, I think we all know where we stand with our dollars. So yeah, but what you do need to do if you're going down the motorsports path and looking to buy cars that are M dollars only, is you do need to make sure you are earning the 250,000 M dollar cap on a daily basis. Right. Okay. So what we're starting with. Well, the original plan was to go and start with the online multiplayer tournament, but we've got rubbish rate tracks again. I hate doing Melbourne. And the reason why I hate doing Melbourne is there's always the opportunity of hitting barriers. So I just try and avoid those types of tracks. Silverstone might be interesting, and I don't know what the third track is. So we'll come back to that a little bit later, which unfortunately means I'm starting in the same place that I've done the last couple of times. The Taycan collection, 99%, tier 20. Attempting again to see if I can complete the cup. I've had a fourth and 2 seconds. Really need to get a first. We'll see how we get on. So Ozil says in 10 days I'll get 2.5 million. Yep, that's good. So I could get one in every 10 days without reducing my original amount. I have now, and yeah, gold. I will never use to buy car, just M dollars. Yes. Yeah. It's a good, there may be certain cars in the end you might have to buy with gold, but if you have that philosophy, and try to keep to it, you will maximize the use of all the currency that you earn. The only thing to point out when you buy a car is you're not going to be able to do a great deal with it until at least you've applied level 1 upgrades. And typically, level 1 upgrades cost $10 as well. So I'd probably suggest, yes, the first car you might be able to buy after 10 days, but then you're going to need to earn enough M dollars to upgrade the car to at least level 1 across the board. Massiage Gamer says the Porsche Taycan is an e-car. Yes, it's not the worst e-car. That would be its sister, the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. But this car is becoming a bit of a bane of my life. So let's try again. It probably would be easy if I was offline, but you know, it's all part of the fun. Let's go. Let's get this done. I'm just going to pause it there because for me, the audio is loud. Hopefully, it's okay for you guys. Let me just turn that down a bit. I think I'm just turning it down for me. There we go. Boom. Ruber Dutter enters the chat and says, hello, Guardian. Hello, back. Welcome along again. Good to see you. Right, we're going to get this right. We're going to get this right. We're not going to get this right. There we go. Round the outside this time. Didn't want to smash that car. Never mind. Going to take quite a few out here, I reckon. There you go. That's okay. 7th. I want to be in 4th at the very least by the end of this lap. That's not good, is it? Oh, don't slide. Don't slide. Come on. There you go. 7, 6, 5. Oh. Okay, 4th by the end of lap 1. That's good enough. 3 laps to go. 3 cars to overtake. There we go, into 3rd. Come on. Took the corner, had to. It was braking late there. Don't even think about overtaking me back. Just don't. Oh no, oh no. Oh dear. It's a disaster again. It's a disaster. I just can't get to grips with this car. Okay, 3rd again. Come on. It's almost like the 2nd, 3rd of this lap is horrible for me. The last 3rd I think I do pretty well, I can catch up. And the first part I'm not too bad at. But that middle stint just destroys me. So, 2 laps to go, 2 cars to overtake, and they're pretty close together. Get one, potentially get the other. But again, I reckon I'm going to be going into the 4th lap in 2nd place at best, which isn't brilliant. Oh, god damn it. This car, it's on ice skates. Not mine, but I actually upgraded the brakes as well so it would be cheaper in terms of gold. Bloody car. So this is not good at all. So this car's going to be back on Monday. Ugh. You know what I mean? The last part of the lap, I'm pretty good at. I'm going to get 2nd again. I can feel it. Here we go, into 2nd. Mr. Saint says, here we go again. You are correct, sir. Here we go again. Oh. If only. Come on. Come on. Let's bring it. I think I'm just a little bit too far back. Not quite over. Oh, oh, second again. Now, some might be thinking I'm doing it on purpose, but I assure you I'm not. But there we go. So, Massey Age Gamer says all Porsche purple. Yeah, because I've not fully upgraded it and got no intention of. And obviously, if you change the colour, cost gold, avoid that at all costs. Ozadus says, just I don't want that the cars I buy from M Dollars will require gold to upgrade. I hope it requires this only until a certain level. Upgrade at least I can complete the events that much. Yeah, so basically if you upgrade to one across the board, you should be able to get close to 25%. Some cars will maybe have a second level in terms of engineering components of M dollar upgrades. Most of them will typically have gold upgrades at the second level, so you do need to be careful. But it is a good place to start. It's a good place in terms of where to spend your M dollars, but you have to get into the habit of racing every day, doing the M dollars to the cap. And as I said, if you pick and choose your races, it can be quite strategic. You should do it in 45 minutes. Um, if you look back when I won one of the motorsports cars uh, in a limited series, I got to the 250,000 mark within an hour, just over an hour 15 minutes. And obviously, I'm doing a lot of yapping. I'm not just racing, so you should be all right. You should be all right. Drew Bedutter says, "How is your health, mate?" It's fine. It's fine. It's just frustrating. It's the car. It's not the driver. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. Virtual medical doctor Ayaka enters the chat and says, "Hello, hello back. Welcome along." Ozil says, "What about the update to the new season? When will the update come on, and when will you review?" So it's due out in about 2 hours 45 minutes. So I won't be doing it in this stream. So I'll look to do a review on Monday stream just before the new release comes out. It also gives me the weekend to have a look through what's coming up. So I can compare where I think the good stuff is and where maybe the not so good stuff is. So we'll see. Mr. Saint says yapping, free laughing out faces. Yep, I do a bit of yapping. No wrong with a bit of yapping. Right, so that's one car down. Again, second. I will get first. That's part of the point of this little live stream is to show you just don't give in. You keep trying. We'll get there. Now, I did think about it, but I've had a bit of a rush day. I thought if I plan this, what I could do is take the iPad offline, set up the race, so I'm racing against computer opponents, and then bring it back online and obviously start the stream. But I was a little bit pushed for time. But maybe on Monday I won't be, and we can do that then. Right, okay, let's go to online multiplayer tournament. You see, look at that. That's all right. Silverstone and the Sebring International Raceway, albeit it's the Johnson Club Circuit, which is a bit weird. I know Silverstone pretty well, so I'm going to give the GT3 a run out on that. Currently on 5 gold. I think realistically the goal is to get to 6. Anything above 6 is a bonus at the moment. Let's go. Do we get an instant match up? And the answer to that question is no. Aris Mohammed says graphics are good. Wow. Yeah, and in fairness, they didn't make a big deal of it. They changed the refresh rate a few updates ago, and it made a massive difference to how good the graphics are, especially in a racing game, which is all about speed. So refresh rates in a game is quite important. Wait a minute, I'm in the lead. I was going, what's going on here? How come there's no other cars? It's because I started first. Okay. He's going to go flying off. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Knew he would. Brake early at that corner as well because it's quite sharp. It is only one lap as well, so yeah, there's quite a few people close by. Now this bit I always find quite difficult. There we go. Get a good tow, even though he disappears. Looks like second. Never mind. That's not bad though. There we go. Second it is. That's some points. That should take me up to 6. That's fine. The update's not coming today, by the way. I see the chat. It won't be until Monday. Technically, it might be Tuesday, depending on where you are. But there we go. That's not bad. 106 added. And it looks like I was a lot lower in terms of rating points to begin with. So it's unusual, I think, for somebody to get over 100 points in second place. I'm going to exit because I reckon that's put me up to 7. Do you know what? I might just take my leave there. 7 gold. I'll take that. I mean, you've seen my gold. Look at my gold at the moment, 2,543. So we're already in a very good place. Right, so that's good. Now, I do think I can improve my weekly time trial, but what I'm going to do first are the 2 road collection exclusive series events. I'm going to start with the Aston Martin. And what I'm going to do is you see that I've got it up to 48%. I'll do an autocross and then again focus on the time trial, see if we can improve that time. Right, let's give it a go. And then when I've almost run out of durability, I'll come back and do a proper cup race. Get one of those out of the way. So this is for 20 gold. 28 seconds. There we go, 27 seconds. That was actually quite easy. I'm surprised by that because I did make 2 errors. There we go. So lots of durability left. So hopefully if I've got to 20 gold. There we go. Thank you very much. 40,000, 20 gold. We'll leave that there and we'll spend the rest of the durability of this car doing the time trial. So 2.464 seconds away from getting into B. That's a big ask. But I did feel there was a second to improve on. So Mr. Saint says, "Bro is breaking at cops at the start. It can be taken flat out." I think it depends on the car, to be fair. Aaron C. John says, "Hello, hello." Aaron C. John, welcome along. Good to see you. Lord Night Moon says, "Hello, welcome along." Aaron C. John says, "When will the new update come?" It's due on Monday, UK time, 9 p.m. So depending on where you are, it might be a Tuesday. Now, what's coming out today are the release notes in terms of what new cars are going to be in that release and what new um, series and obviously what new events will be available in the next release. We'll also find out if it's another 8-week release or a 6-week release. But that doesn't come out for another 2.5 hours. So I'll do a review of that prior to the release coming out on Monday's stream. Right, let's go. Now, okay, so I have got my shadow. A little bit behind, that's fine. Tend to find I improve the more time I do it. So I'm not too far behind my shadow there. Right, a little bit ahead. Oh, good grief. I do find sometimes you can go flying into that corner and you lose. Even if you brake where you normally brake. It's a bit weird, that corner. A couple of times I've done that. But I have messed this lap up. Because I ain't gone off track, I'll just set this as a marker. Only 2 seconds behind my best time. There we go, 2 seconds. A little bit of work to improve on. Mr. Saint says, "Gosh, this hippo." That's a bit rude. It's a bit rude. You can't give yourself a name as Saint and then be rude. No, it's not allowed. Lord Night Moon says, "Interesting." So Anki Ready says, "Guardian, I checked for the time trial for level C. I only get 23 gold. You're getting basically double." Yeah, we're gonna have a look at that because that doesn't seem fair. So I'm gonna have a look at that. See if we can find any information out. Thanks for bringing that up again. Oh dear. Might be a long stream. I have these days when I'm more rubbish than normal, and this might be one of them. Never mind. Oh, what is going on there? Why did that not fail? You see, sometimes I do find this weird. I swear blind I brake at the same point and it's not in time. I said it might be one of those days today. Might be one of those days today. Oh God. Yeah, not having a good session up to this point. Struggling. Somehow I managed to beat, or be in the lead of my shadow up to this point. That's quite surprising. Oh, I'm off track, I'm off track. Oh, what are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to point out that today I will be more rubbish than normal. Oh, why? Try again. If at first you don't succeed, remember that you've got 500 more fails ahead of you. I am proper rubbish today. Yeah, definitely not in the zone today. That's for sure. Come on. Ugh, ugh. Oh man, I'm terrible today. Absolute rubbish. One possible positive, at least I'm not 2 seconds slower than my best time. But I am slower still. Ah, right, okay. So Mr. Saint says, I mean the car, bro. The Valour handles like a hippo on skateboards. Well, fair enough. To be fair, it might be me. I'm doing terrible today. So yeah. But don't worry, I'm not insulted. I'm just adding to the banter. But yeah, fair enough. You're saying the car's a hippo. Got you. So he says, I will never say that to anyone. Well, I guess that's why you're Mr. Saints then. Uh, very good. Right. Okay. We are doing we are doing terrible today. Absolutely terrible. What is up with me today? Have I put my eyes in? Let's try that again. Oh, God, this car. And do you know what? This car is a lot better than the Taycan, the Porsche Taycan Turbo. Oh, you know what? Do you know what? Seriously, I might not be very good today. Let's try again. Take a break, deep breath. Right, let's go. All right, okay. I don't know where I'm going to get 2.5 seconds from though. Okay, about neck and neck with my shadow. A little bit ahead. Okay. See, this is, I shouldn't say it too early, but this is why you should never give up, even when you're not doing so well. And I've definitely not been doing so well. At the moment, I'm ahead of my shadow. He is catching me up all the way down this long straight though, so that's problematic. There we go. Amazingly, I'm 7/10 quicker than my best time. I don't know how, because I've been absolutely rubbish today. But again, perseverance. Perseverance, and we're back in there. So, Battle Lines asks, when will we have the 13.6 patch? It'll come out Monday. Monday evening for most people. Some people, it will be early Tuesday morning. Ruba Dutta says, nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, yeah. An improvement despite everything. And Keith Reddy said, did the Fire Monkeys drop any news about the new update? Well, normally what they do is they obviously it's not Fire Monkeys anymore, but on the Real Racing Free website, there's a section to do with news, and they normally publish an update on what's in the next release. And as I said, it's round about 9 p.m. UK time. So we'll have a look at that and I'll give a review on Monday. Hopefully it'll be better than this release, because overall this release has been poor. Lord Night Moon says, good. Although I think it might be on about the release notes coming out. Yes, indeed. Fingers crossed. It's a decent update. Right, 1.758 seconds from getting into B. And Battle Lines subscribes to the channel. Thank you very much for that. Very much appreciated. We are definitely getting close on the YouTube side to 500 subscribers. Right, let's do this now. All right, come on. I messed up there. I'm going to lose all this time down this long straight now. Oh well. Easy come, easy go. We're a little bit, I don't know where I'm going to get 1 point whatever seconds though, but it's always good to just improve your time. Oh. There we go. The Tony of today is back. Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to give it another go just because. I don't think I'm going to improve, but let's have a go. Just a bit of fun. It's all good practice. I need servicing, but I do enjoy just going around this track. Ooh, almost off there. Yeah. Well, we did improve the time amazingly, but I think that's the best I'm going to get, at least for today. We'll have another go at that on Monday. Just so everyone knows, I will do the review of the next release in terms of the release notes. That'll be the first thing I'll talk about. I'll do the racing after. And you never know, if I last long enough, the update might come out midstream. I doubt it, but you never know. I don't care. There we go. Rubbish, really. Well, that's the end of that car. At least it's earned me some gold. Not to complain too much. At the very least, I've consolidated my position in C. Right, let's have a look. Let's see if I can find anything to do with this thing where people are paid different. That seems wrong. So racing free weekly time. See what we can find. Let's bring that over there. Let's have a look. And Keith Reddy asks, Guardian, have you thought about the idea I gave you regarding the new group and online racing? It's on my list. Don't worry. I've not really had a great deal of time to think about it, but yeah, it'll be looked at. Ozil says, where can I find the patch notes that will be released today? A good question. One moment. Let me find those for you in a second. Let me just have it. I'm just a quick look around. There's nothing there. Only pays 18 gold. Might have to have a look at that in the background. Nothing's coming up. So in terms of notes, let me bring up the calendar because there'll be a link in the calendar for today. Here we go. Let's open that up. EA. Right, where's the news section? There we go. Latest news. Okay, let me just bring that up. There we go. So I've put into the chat the link to EA.com, specifically Real Racing free. So there's a section called news updates. So when that is released, it will appear in the latest news section. So keep an eye out for that. As I said, it will be a couple of hours away yet. Aaron C. John says, I think I did a 138. Very good. Indeed you did. A 138.340. Mr. Saint says, well, ME7 will be releasing a video about it tonight. I would imagine he will be. See, again, with people like him, he's a an EA creator, so he has early access to the next release. So I don't know if you ever noticed, but whenever they do a video, it always goes when it shows the events, it's like 58 days away. So he's got early access when he's putting his video together. So they don't decide today what's in it. They'll have decided 6-7 weeks ago. Drubert Dutter says you didn't read my comment. Which comment was that? Oh, right. Drubert Dutter says, if you had $2 to $3 million, which road racing car you would love to buy? Are you talking in real life or are you talking in the game? Because in the game, I probably wouldn't be that bothered. I think I've got most of them. To be fair, if I had $2 to $3 million, I'd be spending it elsewhere. I'd be perfectly honest. I'd have to have, for me to spend a serious amount on a car or on a garage, I'd have to have at least $100 million, I think. There's even if you have 10 million, you can't be spending 2 to 3 million on a car. Yeah, in real life, yeah. If I had an amount free, I think I would buy the Rimac Nevera. Yeah, that would be the car I'd get at this moment in time. But I'd need a lot more than two. If I had $2 to $3 million or dollars, I'd be using it just to have a comfortable life, not blowing it on a car. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to, as I said, I'd have to have 100 million so that I could blow 2 or 3 million on a car. Aaron C. John says, "Oh, I will be sleeping by then." Yeah. But it'd be as I said, be available for you to look at in the morning. And as I said, um, I'll do a video on Monday about it. And as Mr. Saint said, there'll be other people putting videos up. As I said, the big key is it going to be any good? That's the key for me. Ideally, I want a 6-week release window. I want 4 new cars. And I don't want just motorsports. I'm happy for it to be 2 motorsports, 2 road collection cars. I want the series to have multiple cars in them. So not one car, multiple cars. So the potential that those series open up on day one because you've already got other cars in the series. And I don't like the fact there's a like an event per week. They used to do it every 4 to 5 days. I want to go back to that. So if it's a 6-week period, I want 8 events. 8 events in a 6-week period is what I want. I don't have many demands, and I'm sure none of them will be met. But hey, that's how it is. That's how it is. Right, so more racing to be done. Let's get back to the racing. Yeah, maybe what I should do is have a look at Aaron C. John's time when I've got the car serviced and see if I can catch some little nitbits from him and improve my own time, because they'll be definitely quite easily into Group C. Yeah, look at that. So 2.925, 1.7. So you're 1.2 seconds into Group B. Well done. Well done indeed. Right, okay. Let's go all the way across to Road Collection, the exclusive series. We've done the Aston Martin. That will be back on Monday. We're going to have a go at taking the Koenigsegg Jesko from 59% to 75%. And if I do that, I'll earn 40 gold and take my gold total above 2,600. So let's. I think the plan initially will be to do some of the quicker races, and then we'll do a cup. Now I said that for the Aston Martin, but I got carried away. Let's see how we get on. Speed snap at Suzuka. So 208 versus 205. Okay. Still managed to get fourth. We'll do that again. I think I can get first. I did mess it up. I didn't know exactly where I was at Suzuka. So let's try that again. Oh, I may have some difficulty here. I've got third, but I'm 2 miles per hour behind the fastest time. All right, let's give it one more go, and if we don't get any better, we'll move on and come back to it a bit later. Get in. There we go. First. So Ozil says, for people getting 300 gold every week, gold for them is like our dollars for you. I bet you it isn't. I bet you it isn't. There's not a lot you can do. You see, those people that are probably earning 300 gold, I bet you any money they don't do all the other stuff. I bet they don't do the adverts to earn gold. I bet they don't necessarily go into the game every day. I think their focus is racecraft only, not the strategy side. So 300 gold weekly isn't enough. You do need quite a bit of gold. Now, there are some people, and there's normally a couple of people in the chat that have got a shed load of gold. They've got like 10,000 gold. But what they do is they don't spend any money, any gold on upgrades, and their racecraft is pretty good, so they don't always have to upgrade the cars a great deal. But it usually means two things. One, they haven't got many exclusive series open and therefore completed. And two, they probably haven't completed a lot of the series. So there is a balance at, and this is why I say it's not just a racing game, a racecraft game. There's an element of strategy to it, and that is when to spend your gold specifically and when not to. Mr. Saint says most of those people are billionaires of our dollars. And Ozil says, yes, they will be for sure. Ozil says, I got like 920 today. Oh, wow. Mr. Saint says, Guardian, I want to join the group. So in terms of, I mean, in terms of the group, I am assuming you are on about my team. So my team, there we go. 100% it's called. At the moment, we do have a full set of people in the team. Every now and then, what I do, sort of like I say every now and then, every few months, I have a look at who's racing. So for example, we have a look at the weekly time trial and I see who's setting the time. Now, look at that, it's only 9. I could have sworn that was 14 the other day. I think it was 14 in the last weekly time trial. So I keep making a note because sometimes what happens is people get bored of playing the game, and when they do, I sort of like bump them out the team because obviously they're not playing it anymore. So watch this space, I can say on that, and I'll let you know when we've got some slots free. I'm sure there will be. There's always a case of natural churn where people stop playing the game. And you know, if that's the case, that's fair enough. And we let other people in that do like playing the game. There we go. Mr. Saint is at 5,200 gold, so I'm ready for the next update. Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. All right. So back to the exclusive. 61% for the Koenigsegg Jesko. Tier 2 completed. On to tier 3, autocross. Oh, it'd be nice to get that 40 gold on there. On the board. Feel like I'm nowhere near. Somehow I managed to get first. I was thinking I'm nowhere near here. But that can be a little bit deceptive with this car. It is so fast. You think, oh gosh, I've got 4 seconds to get to the finish line, and it does it in 3.5. There we go. Um, Another first. 63%. I would imagine this has gone up to now. Right, let's do speed snap on tier 7. £182 mph. A little bit short there, 180 miles per hour. Only 6. Blimey. I'm gonna have to work hard this time. Let's try that again. 182 miles per hour to beat. Ah. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Let's try that again. Okay, a few comments. Let's have a look. Ozil asks what level Mr. Saint is at. It says I'm player level is 196. You wouldn't believe me, but I only used 2 updates of total savings. I would believe you. Yes. Yes. That would make sense. I mean, I've managed to get this all the way up to 2,500. I'll probably be pretty close to 3,000 come, well, probably won't be, like 2,800 come Monday. So I'm not completely surprised by that. Aaron C. John says, I got to start saving. I am at around 450 gold. Mr. Saint says, I do endurance races the most, like, for example, 1,000 kilometers on 100% fame day. Yeah, good. I'll be honest, I don't. I haven't got that amount of time. Literally nowadays, I tend to only race when I'm streaming. There you go. 183. Got it right that time. First place. As per usual, if at first you don't get it right, try again. Practice makes better. There we go. Plenty of durability left on the car. Right, on to tier 8. 64%. I'll do the autocross. Rosal says, I do 20 lap Silverstone on fame bonus days. The only thing I would say for that is that a motorsports or road collection? Because the thing about motorsports is you can't hire an agent. So when you've got 100% fame given to you, if you then also hire an agent, you've got 100% and 100%. So you can really eat into that fame level and quite often go up, especially when you're playing early on. I don't have that luxury anymore. It takes me about 2 weeks to go up a fame level. Ozil says 1,000 kilometers. Blimey. Yeah. Ozil says Motorsports RB19 Oracle. Yeah. So, I mean, that's okay. That's fine if your aim is M dollars, but just bear in mind that on a fame day, if you've got 100% fame given to you from your daily reward, you can actually double that up by hiring the agent as well. But the agent only applies, unfortunately, to road collection events. Just something to bear in mind. Right, okay, so I only finished 4th. Too much yapping yet again. Let's try again. 23 seconds. Let's go. This time. There we go. All it takes is a little bit of focus. Mr. Saint says, I have several high-end cars fully upgraded like the MP4X, the 919 Hybrid Evo. Blimey, that's cost a bit of money. So they pay a lot of currency. Indeed, they do. Well done. So Ozil says, road collection, any races which give a lot of fame? Looks like Mr. Saint's going to answer that question for you. I will leave him to answer that question while I get racing. Right, tier 9, nothing there. On to tier 11. We're at 66%. Oh dear. There we go. Tier 13, we've got a speed snap and an autocross. This should take me up to 70%. Let's give it a go. So speed snap first. Oh, yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. I think I did that then. There we go. 93 miles per hour straight across the grass. A little bit crazy. But first position. So that's 68%. Let's do the autocross. So Mr. Saint's not going to give an answer. Instead, he's letting me. So all I can say is because you're early on, it is about knowing the endurance races that you have open already, and knowing what they score. It is all about sort of learning. In addition, look at the cup races in your series and see which ones have the longest number of laps. So early on, it's a little bit difficult. So you might find you're probably best doing endurance. You're not going to be able to do 1,000 kilometers. I assure you of that. So it's just really just remembering when you're doing your racing, which races early on are paying well, and then use those races that pay well to maximize your earnings. Um, for me, I remember let me just see if I can find the car. Now, again, you probably won't be at this stage, but quite often when I was racing early on, it was one of my go-to cars. So let's have a look. If we go to Road Garage, and if we go into BMW, it was a BMW, I'm sure it was. The other one I used to do quite a lot early on was a Ferrari. So I'll show that one as well. Let's have a look. I think it was that one. Was it that one? Yeah. Hmm. Maybe it wasn't. I could have sworn it was that car. Maybe not. Don't know. I couldn't give you a direct answer. Let me have a think. So if you've got these cars, you've got these series. What series are you in at the moment, Ozil? As I said it again, I would just choose the cars that have the best endurance, the longest endurance. So I wouldn't necessarily pick a specific race or endurance. I would just look and make a note as I'm going through the series, which give the biggest payout, and then obviously look to maximize that on your fame days. For me, early on, what I used to do quite often, but again, I doubt very much you'll be there, is in Master, you used to do the Ferraris. So the Ferrari F40 and F50. And the reason for that is one of the races in here, there we go, 21, it was 4 laps. So Le Mans normally pays quite well. It is cup racing rather than uh, uh, endurance, but those sort of races pay out pretty well. The other one that I used to do quite regularly was in a Legend, and go all the way across to Endurance Legends. There's a 10-lap Le Mans. Takes about half an hour, but again pays pretty well. So for things such as what Mr. Saint's talking about, he'll be talking about endurance races. Now, typically, the best endurance races are unfortunately in an exclusive series. So only really when you've got a car fully upgraded will you obviously then open up its exclusive series if it has one. And typically the endurance races in the exclusive series are the ones where you can basically effectively have an eternal endurance race and earn a shed loads of money. I, for one, don't have that time. You could literally be racing for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. That's just crazy. Typically, I don't race more than 2 hours a day, so I don't tend to do those type of races. But yeah, hopefully that's of some hope, some information. Can't really be specific because it's a little bit harder to do because there is so much in the game. Now I've completely lost where I was. I was in exclusive, and I was in the Koenigsegg Jesko. So 70%. We're pretty close to that 40 gold reward. How am I doing in terms of servicing? Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. So if that's the case, I'll have a go at the head-to-head at Nürburgring, the sprint. All right, let's see what we can do. I mean, the other thing I would say is don't forget to make use of those crew members to earn you double rewards as well on a daily basis. So you have the opportunity to hire them by playing a video 5 times a day. So yeah, make use of that, I would say, on a daily basis. But obviously maximise their use by making sure you're doing the longest possible races you have currently available to yourself. There we go. Doing it properly, sort of. Nah, maybe not. Alright, that's the head-to-head one. 72%. Ozil says, I think I am going slow in the game as I am doing one series at a time in road collection. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. That's not a problem at all. Mr. Saint says you could do multiple at the same time, though. You could indeed. You could indeed. Uh, it kind of depends on the money you have and what car is in the next series. So sometimes you get lucky, and when you open up the next series, cars that you already own are in that series. So you do have to sort of like strategize when you're going to get to that road. Is it road case? Sorry, the showcase tier where the one of the cars becomes available, which if you don't own, it gives you a 20% discount to purchase it, which obviously, if the car is only R dollars, makes sense to do that. But if you're a little bit low on R dollars, which you typically are at the beginning, you've got to little kind of strategize when you hit that showcase tier so you can make use of that 20% discount. I'm assuming they've still got it in the game. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do remember it from way back. 72%. The two previous quick races completed, and now the head-to-head. So we're almost at 75%. Let's have a look. Let's just go back a bit. What have we got? So we've got mostly cups left now. Right, okay. So tier 16, let's do the head-to-head. Take us to 74%. Should have then enough durability left to do one of the cups. I might do one of the longer cups, get that out of the way. And then this series will be in a position to be completed, fingers crossed, on Monday. Oh. Getting on the inside here, there we go. That was a tough race. That was pretty close. There we go. So Ozil says, I've bought all my cars from the 20% discount. Excellent work. That's, you see again, you're doing your racecraft in terms of winning the races, but you're strategizing in terms of timing it that you've got enough money. So well done. And Mr. Saint says, "Silly me, I'm talking. We've taken the currency issue. I'm talking. We've taken the currency issue under consideration." And puts Danny is fast. Yes, 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 they are. Quite a few of my guys, in fairness, in the team are a lot better than what I am. But what they don't have at the moment is the road collection, as in the number of cars. But I tell you what, these guys get up to speed in terms of having the number of cars and uh, upgrading those cars to 100%. Quite a few of them will get into Group A because the better drivers than me. But I do all right. I do all right for a mid-tier racer, I think. I do okay. What I lack in racecraft and make up in strategy is how I look at it. Right, there we go. 74%. So we're gonna do Cup, but I don't fancy doing Le Mans, even if it is only 4 laps. Le Mans does bore me, so I'm not gonna do that. 6 laps, 6 laps. Okay, what else we got? Silverstone, 6 laps as well. So it's Silverstone or Catalonia. I think I prefer to do Catalonia today. Oh, Mount Panorama, 5 laps. Okay, might do that, because that's a bit of fun. Yeah, Dubai's a bit boring as well. Right, I'm going to make a decision and do Mount Panorama Cup. So if I get first, I get 75% and I get 40 gold. Trouble round the outside, slingshot past a lot of the cars. Already up to 10th, 11th, sorry. Now these guys start to move out. Look, they're starting to move out. Oh, there we go. Managed to get past them into 7th. I mean, they're more over the place than what I am. There we go. 5th. Just stay behind these guys while we go through this little chicaney bit. There we go. Into 4. Boom. Our first is diving off into the sunset there. I need to rein that guy back in. Now I've got no idea where to brake. Oh dear. And yeah, it shows. So with this car being so fast, you do need to brake early. The inside there, into 2nd though. That's a good position for the 2nd lap. I've just got 1st to catch. I can do that. Oh. Another example of me braking late. Braking at my normal braking zone and forgetting how fast this car is. Whoa. Oh, I'm all over the place. I tell you, it's been a terrible night for driving for me. Yeah, I've actually dropped back from 1st there, so need to put a couple of tidier laps together. on. Focus. Okay. A little bit tidier. Said. Maybe not then. Oh man. Now I could just go flying down here, but I'm gonna try and do it a little bit properly. He said. There we go. Okay. So we've sort of caught them up, but we haven't been particularly tidy, to be fair. There we go. Into first. That wasn't pretty though. Oh dear. So back into second at the moment. One more lap after this. There we go. Final lap, still in second. Just a little nudge. You're gonna have to go around the outside, pal. Go. It's going to be tight. To be fair, I didn't deserve to win that. And my driving there was rubbish. But when I did. Mr. Saint says, I mean without. So that was without, in regards to the comment. Blimey. How come I've lost that comment? Oh, yeah. To do with the comment. Silly me, I'm talking without taking the currency issue under consideration. That's fine. All right. No problem. Uh, what? Somebody's put a comment. I don't quite understand it. So, but welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting the comment in the chat. I have no idea what you mean by that, but fair enough. Right. Okay. I'm not going to service the car just yet. There we go. 40 gold, 120,000 R dollars, 75% reached. I think we're in a good position for the update when it comes down on, well, when it comes down on Monday, but my first play on it will be in Tuesday's stream. Now, the car technically needs servicing, and I thought this was a good opportunity to get the time trials out the way. So let's do that next. So with a time trial in a series, you don't win gold. So my view on time trials is it's just about completing them in a series. So I tend to do them when the car needs servicing. I just feel it maximizes the use of the car, and it means you use the durability part when against proper races. This is just getting around cleanly. The only problem you need to bear in mind is because the car needs servicing, it's not just the speed that's taken away, it's the brakes as well and the grip. So the car is technically harder to drive. So I don't tend to go flying around, just make sure I don't hit any of the sides to get a clean lapping. It's a bit hard with this car because you literally just touch the throttle and she's away. Okay. Just need to get round cleanly. I don't need to worry about setting a fast lap. Bearing in mind you can't go off track here. So obviously if it was the weekly time trial, I'd be giving it a good push, but it's not. It's just a time trial in a series. So Ozil asks a very good question. He says, will we get every car detail that will be coming in the next season so I can plan accordingly which one to get? So in terms of detail, what you tend to get is it will tell you what the minimum PR of the car is, what the maximum PR of the car. And in terms of the event that it's in to win, it'll give you an indication of the PR to aim for. But the one thing that you won't be able to calculate out is the actual cost. So at this stage, you won't have details such as cost of an upgrade. It will give you the overall cost of the car. So as I said, what I tend to do is whatever the cost of a car is, say for example, it's 1,000 gold. My expectation is to win it, I'd probably need to spend between 400 and 500 gold. Sometimes it's a bit less, sometimes it's a bit more. But that tends to be the calculation that I do. Whatever the cost of the car is, my expectation is I'll have to spend 50% of that cost in gold on upgrades to be able to win the car. But that also doesn't include, obviously, the R dollar stuff because unfortunately, it's not something I tend to worry about nowadays. So you don't get a complete set of information. You just get the cars that are coming into the game in terms of new cars, the cars, the series that are new to the game, and it will go through what events will be in the game, both new or flashbacks or limited series. And also it will list which cars will be in the weekly time trials and which cars will be in the online multiplayer tournament. So you get an indication potentially of which cars will have discounted upgrades. Now, for yourself, because you're relatively new, I wouldn't worry about discounts at this moment in time in terms of upgrades. I'd be focusing on getting my R dollars up, getting my M dollars up, getting my gold up, and using that money to win some of the cars in the events would be my suggestion. Right, another time trial. This time it's Francorchamps, another long lap. What we'll do is I'll do this particular time trial and then I'll do the other one and then we'll wrap the stream up. Didn't take as long as I thought it would, to be fair. Well, hey, there we go. So I'm using this as almost like a walk around the park, not pushing the car too hard, just get around the track nice and safely. For me, this is all about marking the time trial in the series as completed. So I don't like doing anything too risky, especially with a car that has negative durability and technically needs servicing. So grip isn't as good as it should be, brakes are not as good as it should be, acceleration and speed are not as good as they should be. Tiptoe around the track just to finish off. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the release notes. I really do hope it's a good release. We need one. We can't have another 8-week release with only 2 new cars in the game. Well, maybe that's what we'll get. Never mind if we do. I mean, I don't think we've had any new road collection cars for 2 releases. So I think we're due some new road collection cars, fingers crossed. All right, there we go. So that's that time trial done. That's 2 of the 3 time trials done with the car at negative durability. Good grief, it's a familiar face from a while back. It's Enrico Deans, enters the chat and says, "Howdy, Tony. Hello. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Hope you are well." Ozil says, getting how much a car per update is considered good, like 1 to 2 cars or 2 to 3 cars. Obviously, you can't get everything. Oh, yes, we can. Well, the last 2 releases, it's only been 2 new cars, and they've been on the motorsport side. But the release before that, we technically had, it was either 4 or 5 new cars on the road collection side. So you can have quite a few cars in a release, but they've cut it back at the moment. Oh, Mr. Saint says something interesting. I probably think we'll be getting the F1 2025. Well, that will be interesting because that would suggest more motorsports. And I'll be a bit disappointed if that is the case. But in fairness, they do, if they put F1 in the game, they do tend to do it during the summer break, and they do tend to match up the event with the remaining Grand Prix races. So it's a good call. We'll see. I mean, I hope not, but yeah, that is a possibility. Enrico Dean says, "I'm not too bad." Very good. Let's go on to the final time trial. Ozil asks, if you upgrade a car to minimum PR in an event, will I win it comfortably or will it be still very difficult? It will be difficult. Yeah, yeah. It depends on the event. If it's limited series, probably not so difficult. If it's an event, yes. Yeah. But again, it's like anything else. The more you practice, the easier things get. So that's what you've got to do. You've just got a steep learning curve at this moment in time. Right, Daytona International Speedway, motorcycle course, my least favourite course, on one of the tracks that I'm not a big fan of anyway, with a car that could easily go flying off. So I'll take my time again. So we'll make this the wrap-up race, just getting the points ticked off, and then we'll do a review and talk about what's coming up. Right, there we go. Bring this home. Oh. Ooh. Almost lost it there. There we go. Okay. So that's pretty much the end of racing for today. That's all the cars that I had available to race in terms of new events that had not yet completed. The Koenigsegg Jesko sits at 81% completion, so we'll look to take that to 100% on Monday. Also Monday, we'll try and take the Aston Martin Valour series to 75%. And just because it's funny now, I'll have another go at taking the Taycan collection to 100%. Obviously, in addition, I don't think I'll do multiplayer. I'll leave that at 7. But we might have another go at the weekly time trial. But I guess really what everyone wants to know is what will be my opinion on the next release. So I will be talking about that as well on Monday, and that will be what I will talk about first. Right, okay. Let's take the game off screen and mute its audio. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, in fairness, we are probably due a release. You see there, I'm struggling for stuff to do. So I've only been streaming for an hour and a half, and I've done all the cars that I can do in terms of progressing the game. So fingers crossed, this next release is a big one. We'll find out in a few hours' time, and I'll give a review and my opinion on that on Monday. Right. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for commenting in the chat. Always good to see. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or a like. And if you'd like to see more of this content, if you watch on YouTube, then please subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian. Or if you watch on Rumble, please follow the channel The Fifth Guardian. Right, with that being said, I hope the release notes excite you in terms of what's coming in 13.6. I hope whatever is left of today is a good one, and I hope you all have fabulous weekends. And I will see you on Monday. So until then, thank you and goodbye.